I mean, there are limitations to what Germany can do in Europe, going beyond electoral cycles. It has very deep-rooted constitutional restrictions with a very strong constitutional court which act as a brake on anything it's trying to do too quickly. It has a very federal system with constant elections, which means that public opinion will continue to matter. Public opinion is very skeptical, for example, putting more bailout cash on the line to save the Eurozone. So there are several ways in which Germany is held back.
Why has Europe not been an issue in this election?
Because I think it's very simple. The German economy is doing relatively well, and as long as that is the case,
no one wants to upset the apple cart.
Well, no, look, I mean, no one is happy with the bailouts, but savers, pensioners, ordinary people have yet to feel the pinch of the Eurozone crisis. So therefore, the Eurozone and Europe haven't been an issue.
Are they going to feel the pinch?
Potentially, at some point. I mean, that's really the worry here. There is a big gap in Germany between what the public thinks and what the politicians think. That is fine as long as, you know, again, the economy is going well, but perhaps a couple of years down the road we may have a different situation.
Well, we're already going to face, straight after the election, we're probably going to have another bailout or another agreement with Greece. Portugal looks like it's going to have some agreement. We'll see what happens with Cyprus. These things are going to happen fairly soon.
Well, they will happen fairly soon, but the question is the extent to these bailouts. How large will they be? I mean, we're talking for Greece perhaps 10 billion euros. I mean, that's a small amount compared to what they had previously. We may be looking at some extending maturities on Greece's loans, for example. I mean, these are small things. These are not major steps towards more Eurozone integration, towards a fiscal union. I mean, these are minuscule things in the grand scheme of things. So it's not. We're not going to see any quantum leap towards more Eurozone integration. We're not going to see any big Greek debt write-down, for example.
There seems to have been a bit of a breakdown in the relationship between France and Germany. Post an election, what happens to that? And that's always been key, of course, for the direction that Europe, core Europe takes.
Quite. I mean, a bit of that also depends on the constellation of the German government. If there is a grand coalition with the Social Democrats ruling together with Angela Merkel, who of course is from the CDU, the main centre-right party, then perhaps there will be a bit easier to deal with, a bit easier relationship between Paris and Berlin. And Hollande may have a fair hearing with the Social Democrats in Berlin than with Merkel. But, these two countries, in some respects, have fundamental different views on the Eurozone. One wants solidarity first, more cash on the table. The other, Germany, of course, wants supervision, stronger central controls of taxation and spending first. And that complicated sequencing really puts Europe in a catch-22 situation. And that will continue to be the case.